Hello friends, welcome to this new video tutorial on R programming. In this video tutorial, we are going to see an important R library, that is data.table, which is a widely popular library in R programming for data analysis. You can compare this library with the famous Python library for data analysis, that is pandas. But in many ways, this library data.table in R is still faster than pandas in Python. So still it is said as the king of data analysis. Particularly for this video, I will show you certain functions that are supported in this library, and that you can perform on the data frame that you can capture with the data.table library. So to import the library, first of all you need to write library data.table. Then I have a data set, that is cars.dataset. So I will show you the data set. So this is the data set which has details about some cars in various states of USA with certain specifications of their and over the years. So once the library is imported, now you can read the data set using the fread method, which will actually store it and convert it to a data frame and store it into this object df. Once this is done, let's check the object type of the data frame. So to check the object type of a data frame in R, we write class of data frame. So we get that this is from the data.table library, it is a data frame. Now to check the column names of the data frame, we have the function of names on the data frame. So this shows all the column names of the data frame. To check for the first few rows of the data frame, we have the function of head data frame. So this will show us the first 6 rows of the data frame. Now to check for a certain specific rows, so we can give the size of the rows, how many rows we want. So here I gave it as 3, so it only gave me 3 first rows. And suppose if I wanted to see the head of a particular column, for example model, in this data frame, so I would have given df, that is the data frame, then the dollar symbol and the name of the field, that is model. So you can see here that I get the first 6 models in the data frame. The same thing with the last records of the data frame. To see the last few rows, we use the tail command. So this will give us the last 6 records in the data frame. Then we have the same thing for a specific number, that is last 3 records, and the same thing for a particular column. Now let's check the type of each column in this data frame. So for that we have this function strdf, that is structure of df. So this strdf gives us all the variable types in your data frame. So for example, this price has the variable type of integer, this brand has the type of character, and so on. So this is what str actually does. Now to see the dimension of the data frame, we have the dim function. So when you use it on the data frame, you get the total number of rows and the total number of columns the data frame is made of. To get only the rows, we have the nrow function. To get only the columns, we have the ncol function, which will individually give you the rows and the columns. And to get the basic summary statistics of all the columns in the data frame, you have the summary function. So the summary function will give you stats like minimum, first quantile, median, mean, third quantile, and the maximum in each and every column of your data frame individually. If you have a big data frame and you want to extract only few rows and few columns according to your choice, so you can go for indexing on the rows and columns like this. So here we are supposed to get only the rows which are ranging from 1 to 4. In R, unlike Python, the indexing starts from 1 and not 0. So we want the rows of 1 to 4. So we get total first 4 rows. Now if we want first 4 rows and first 3 columns, so it is given in such a manner. So I'll comment it out, and you can see now we have 4 rows and 3 columns. To apply filter or any of the column on your data frame, we can have the syntax like this, which is data frame and the field, that is, for example, here I am applying the filter on the year field, which is equal to 2018 only. So now I get the data frame which has all the records which belong to the year 2018. have multiple condition, like here I have the year is equal to 2018, and we have an AND condition, that is color is equal to gray. So both these conditions should be fulfilled. So here you can see in the results the year is equal to 2018 and the color is equal to gray. Now this is a filter where I am applying an OR condition, not and we are applying OR condition, not AND condition. So I have applied this data frame with the condition that year is equal to 2018 or the color is equal to black. So either any one of this condition will be true, that whole record will be shown, and we have assigned this using the assignment operator, that is this symbol, to the Z object, and we are checking for the head of the Z. So when we run it, you can see here we get all the records which have all the records which belong to the year 2018 or the color is equal to black. Suppose we want to apply a filter, for example we want the brand in multiple objects like Kia or Dodge, are some brands of cars. So we can do this in such a manner, that is df.brand, and then we give this in symbol which is given inside this percentage n2 percentage, and then we run it. So you will get here all the brands which are inside this Dodge or Kia only in the particular data frame. Now suppose if I wanted to select a single column from the data frame, that is the data frame, then in the square brackets we select the name of the column that we have. For example here I am selecting the state, and then we check for the head, that is the first 5 records that are assigned to Z. So here we get the states, and this is the first 6 records that are captured by the head function. This can also be done in an alternate manner. So this will also give you the same result, but instead of getting the column you will get it in the form of a row. So now if you want to select more than one column in the form of columns, that is axis equal to 1, so we give the syntax in such a manner in r.table, in data.table, that is model comma state, and which is given in such a manner, and we want the head of this, that is the first 4 records. Now to get all the unique values inside your any field that you want, suppose you have a categorical variable and you want all the unique values from that column, so we can use the unique function that is provided in R on any of the column that is in the data frame, and in such a manner. For example here I am getting the unique cars, the unique years for car production. So these are all the unique years that are in the car production data frame. To get the maximum on any of the column, we have the max function in R which is applied on the mileage column in this data frame. So we get the maximum mileage. Suppose we want to apply multiple functions on multiple columns. So here we have the maximum function applied on mileage, the minimum function applied on mileage, and the standard deviation also applied on the mileage. So this is how you can get the maximum, minimum, and the standard deviation of a particular column. Now suppose we want the maximum mileage, but if we want to group by it some other field, for example year, so we can do it in such a manner by giving this by clause. So here you will get all the maximum values in the data frame which will be by the year individually. If you want the count by some field, so the syntax for that is given in such a manner, that is data frame, in the square brackets we give the count is equal to dot n comma by, then we give the fields by which we want to count the variable. Here you can see this new variable, that is count, which is here, and we have the model and the year by which the counting is actually happening. If you want to apply some condition even in the count clause that we have, so this you can imagine like the group by clause which is in SQL with an having function. So here in R we give it by clause, then we give the name of the field, and then we give the condition, that is the year in the particular data frame df which is less than 2005. So here we get the result for that. Now suppose you want to do the analysis on particular rows, so we have the syntax for that, that is df, then you give the number of rows on which you want to do the analysis. For example, here we are declaring the analysis for the first 15 rows, and we want to get the maximum mileage, minimum mileage, and the standard deviation of the mileage on the data frame df for only the first 15 rows. Now to remove a column or to drop a column, we can do this thing, that is we can give the name of the column from the data frame and we can declare it as null. So now you can see in the data frame we don't have any column like brand, so that is actually removed. To get the first occurrence of a field with certain value, we have the function in such a manner, that is set key. First of all, we set the key over the data frame and the name of the field, that is title status, and we write that it should be equal to this value, that is clean vehicle, and the occurrence should be the first one. So this is how actually the R data frames perform faster with this data.table library than in pandas. So you can get the exact record where the title status is equal to clean vehicle, and this is the first occurrence in the entire data frame. The same thing you can do it with the last occurrence. So just instead of this mult clause, you need to give the last and run it. In a certain, if you want the count for a certain year and also you want to give condition for some other column, so you can do it in such a manner that you can first set the key and then you can declare the count should be. So here I have given a vector, so this C indicates a vector where the year is in 2018 and 2015. The second argument is this for this country, which we have already set for the key, and then we run it. So we get the count only for this particular condition, that is the year should be in 2018, 2015, and the country should be equal to USA. Now if you want the count splitted by each of this condition inside this 2018 and 2015, but for the same country USA, so you can give it in such a manner. So now you get the splitted count in 2018 for country USA is equal to this much, and 2015 USA is equal to this much. When you add these two both values, you will get 590. So now if you want your records to be in the ascending order, you need to give df order year. So if you type head on this, you will see the names of the year, that is 1973, they are getting increased. And now if you want to check for the last record, so we write tail year. So you can see here that we have the maximum year, that is 2020 in the same data frame. To get everything in descending order, we just need to write here a minus symbol, so this will give us in everything in descending order. So now you can see here, upon typing tail of minus here, we get the smallest year here. If you want the data frame in such a manner where you want the year in descending and the mileage in ascending, so you can write the set order on the data frame in such a manner. So now you can see here we get the year in descending order, the year you can see that is going on decreasing, and the mileage you can see that is getting on increased, but it is based on the descending year. The next thing is if you want to rename certain columns of your data frame, so you need to use the set names function here, and then you need to give the data frame, then inside a vector you need to give the names of the old columns, and then you need to give the names of the new column. For example, here I am renaming the year and mileage which are in lowercase to uppercase year and mileage. The year and mileage has been renamed successfully. So to get the unique rows, we have the function such a manner that is unique, and we apply it on the data frame and we choose the particular fields that we want, or you can choose the entire data frame. So you get the unique results according to the rows. To create a new column in your data frame, syntax is such: you give df, in square brackets you write the new column name. For example, here I have the new column name as country states, which is equal to the country column of the older data frame and the state column of the older data frame, and we have the names of all the three columns that you want to see in the data frame, that is country state, country and state. We are assigning it to an object z and we are checking the head of the object. So you can see here This is the new column that we have added to our data frame. This is the old country and this is the old states, out of which this new column country state is made. So this was all for this video that I wanted to show you about the data.table library in R and all the cool things that you can do with the data.table library for analysis on an R data frame. So I hope that all the functions and tricks that I have shown you in this video for data.table are clear to you. If you have any doubts regarding this video, feel free to write in the comment section below. I will leave the link to the data frame, this IPYNB file, in the as a GitHub link below. Till then, if you like my work, please do hit the like, share and subscribe button.